our commitment to improve the quality of life for everybody in this country, to be among people who share the respect and admiration for a man that I respect and admire more than anybody in my world, the world. I just want to thank you all for all the support. I can't tell you how much it means to both Bernie and I and our family, our children and grandchildren. Your support means the world to me and to us. So without further ado, let me introduce my best friend, my husband, Bernie Sanders.
Some of you have traveled for hours, some of you have taken off from work, and I appreciate this huge turnout. This is unbelievable. Thank you so much. We are going to win the Democratic primary, and we are going to defeat the most dangerous president in American history. Because we are developing the strongest grassroots movement in the history of American politics. We now have over 1 million volunteers in every congressional district in the United States of America, rolling up their sleeves, getting to work. We don't have a super PAC because we don't need a super PAC. When you have the support of working families all over this country, you don't need the support of billionaires and corporate lobbyists. And I am, from the bottom of my heart, deeply, deeply grateful for the fact that we tonight have received more contributions from more individuals than any other candidate in the history of the United States of America at this point. We have over 1 million individuals who have made millions of donations, and the average donation is $16. And we have raised more money than any other Democratic candidate doing just that. Furthermore, we are going to win this election because we have the agenda that speaks to the needs of working families across this country. I want to read you a couple of quotes from two people who were heroes of mine and great leaders in the 20th century. In 1936, in a famous campaign speech, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt said the following as he reflected on his first term in office. This is what he said, and I quote, talking about the previous 4 years of his presidency. He said, and I quote, "We had to struggle with the old enemies of peace, business and financial monopoly, speculation, reckless banking, class antagonism, sectionalism, war profiteering. They had begun to consider the government of the United States as a mere appendage to their own affairs. We know now that government by organized money is just as dangerous as government by organized mob." And he concluded, "Never before in all our history have these forces been so united against one candidate as they stand today. They are unanimous in their hatred for me, and I welcome their hatred and applause." What was true in 1936, when Roosevelt made that speech, is even more true today. And what Roosevelt was saying, in essence, is that real change never takes place without real struggle. We should give all of the speeches that we want. We can have all of the platforms that we want. But until we have the guts to stand up to the greed and to the corruption of the corporate elite, nothing will ever change. And that is what this campaign is about. Uniquely among the candidates, we are prepared to stand up to Wall Street, to stand up to the insurance industry, to stand up to the pharmaceutical industry, to stand up to the fossil fuel industry, to stand up to the military-industrial complex, and to stand up to the prison-industrial complex, and to stand up to the whole damn 1%. That is why our message is different than any other presidential candidate. Because I believe, and you know, that no president, no matter how honest or well-intentioned he or she might be, no president can do it alone.
That's right.
That is why our message is us, not me. Because we understand from history that the only times that real change takes place, whether it is the labor movement, whether it is the women's movement, whether it is the civil rights movement, whether it is the gay rights movement, whether it is the environmental movement, the only times that real change takes place is when millions of people stand up and are prepared to fight for justice. For over 45 years in this country, the corporate elite has been waging war against the working class of this country. And tonight we say that the time is long overdue for us to be on the defensive. We are going to take them on, and we are going to win that class war. It is not acceptable to me or to you that 3 people in this country own more wealth than the bottom half of America. Not acceptable to me that when 500,000 Americans are sleeping out on the streets tonight, the top 1% owns more wealth than the bottom 92%. Not acceptable to us that at a time when we have the highest rate of childhood poverty of almost any major country on earth, 49% of all new income goes to the top 1%. So tonight we say to the corporate elite and all of the politicians that they own, things are going to change and change soon. We are going to create an economy and a government that works for all of us, not just the 1%. And the other person, great hero, great political hero of our lifetimes that I wanted to quote is the great Nelson Mandela, who spent much of his adult life in jail in opposition to apartheid in South Africa. And Mandela said something that was enormously profound. He said, and I quote, "It always seems impossible until it is done." It always seems impossible until it is done. And what Mandela meant by that is that the establishment, the moneyed interests, the corporate world, political establishment, corporate media, they always try to make ordinary people feel powerless. They always say to you, you cannot bring about real change in America. They have the power, you have nothing. Don't even try, because you will fail. Well, we say, you are dead wrong. Because when millions of people stand up together, black and white and Latino, Native American, Asian American, gay, straight, immigrant, native born. When we stand together and fight for an agenda that works for all of us, nothing, not the power of the 1%, and nobody can stop us from succeeding. Together, whether they like it or not, we will bring about health care as a human right, for every man, woman, and child, to a Medicare for all single-payer system. Whether they like it or not, we're going to end starvation wages in America and raise that minimum wage to a living wage, $15 an hour. Whether they like it or not, women in this country will earn equal pay for equal. Whether corporate America likes it or not, we're going to make it easier for workers to join unions. And when we look to the future of this country, we know that in the richest country in the history of the world, all of our young people deserve a quality education regardless of their income. We will establish universal and high-quality pre-K. We will put billions of dollars more into public education, and especially those schools that are challenged right now. We will make sure that our teachers get the respect and compensation that they deserve. We will make public colleges and universities tuition free. And we will put a tax on Wall Street speculation so that we eliminate all student debt in this country. And whether the fossil fuel industry likes it or not, we are going to transform our energy system away from fossil fuel to energy efficiency and sustainable energy. And we will pass a Green New Deal and create up to 20 million jobs. Brothers and sisters, our greatest challenge is not just the power of the corporate elite and their paid lieutenants, many members of Congress. Our greatest challenge, to be honest with you, is the limitation of our imaginations. If we as a people believe that we deserve starvation wages, we will get starvation wages. If we believe that we deserve not to have health care, we won't have health care. If we believe that the fossil fuel industry should be able to destroy our planet, they will destroy our planet. If we believe that our kids do not deserve a quality education, they will not get a quality education. What our job is to bring forth a new vision for this country. A vision that says that a handful of billionaires will not continue to have it all. To create a nation based on the principles of compassion, love, and justice, not greed and corruption. Brothers and sisters, I have no doubt in my mind that the future belongs to us, not just the 1%. Let us stand up. Let us have the courage to fight back, not only for ourselves, but for our kids and future generations. Thank you.